it's so funny. I watched that video and I'm like, oh my gosh, we used to do so many things. And I see some of the Zooms and it makes me like sad and happy at the same time.
I was just thinking the same thing. And I can't believe how many events that we had the year before 2020. It just kind of stinks that it's all gone to the wayside, but hopefully 2021 will revamp sometime during the year as COVID gets under control, which I'm sure will happen.
Well, and we also have some good virtual events that we've done. Our trivia night was so much fun. We have an upcoming event on the 28th that is going to be an awesome get to know our members event that is free event where we can just get together, have happy hours and cocktails in safe environment in our own homes, right?
Exactly.
So, super pumped. For those that are watching that don't know who we are, hi, I'm Jamie.
Kara.
And we are the co-founders of When She Happens. And we're so pumped to be going live today on Friday for one of our segments called That's What She Said. So we're going to be talking soon with one of our guests who will dive in. And we get to do these segments every Friday at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time and learn about our members. Kara, do you want to kind of jump in and share a little bit more about that at all?
Sure. So speaking of members, our membership, there's no cost associated with it right now. The goal of When She Happens is to allow women to connect and have a platform to talk about what they're doing and their professional lives, whether they work for a large company or have their own business. And I'm very excited about this guest today.
I'm sure that you are. So if you're watching, we are excited to have you. Put some comments in the comments box. The more that you interact, there may be some prizes at the end. We'll see when we just kind of give away and who interacts the most with today. But I say we just kind of jump into it without further ado. What do you think?
Perfect.
All right. Do you want to intro or do you want to just bring our guest on?
Just bring her on.
All right, let's do it. Everyone, please join us in welcoming Kristin Ross to the stream. Hi,
Kristen.
Hey, guys. So, Kristin, you have a close relationship with one of us. I wonder if people can guess who it is.
Definitely you.
It's gotta be. We've got the same curls.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if you don't know or if you haven't figured it out yet, Kristin is Kara's sister, and we are so pumped to have you on with us today. Kristin, why don't you just share with us a little bit about who you are and your current role, if you don't mind?
Sure. Well, first, thanks for having me. I'm pretty excited. I enjoy watching some of these already, so it's fun to be part of it. So I've been at Turner Construction for 10 years now. I have my undergrad and grad in construction management with a focus in sustainability. And I've been doing sustainability for probably 7 years now. I'm currently, it's like my side job. It's my passion project kind of within the company. And my current role is a project engineer on a new airport terminal in Orlando. So it's an $800 million project. And I lead an interiors team, so it's pretty exciting. This building also happens to be a sustainable building. It's kind of the new generation of this type, and it's pretty exciting to be part of, right? Especially with my passion being sustainability. It's kind of funny, my sister, other sister who's not on this call, at my wedding a couple years ago, talked about my love of recycling when we were kids and how annoying I was because I always wanted to recycle or the water was on or whatever. And it's just funny to see how that's kind of translated into my current career, right? I have a big passion for it. And I say it's my side job, but I'm actually part of a national sustainability committee within our company. And that role allows me to kind of create and change policy for our company. So we're a $10 billion company. And I was the Southeast Region Sustainability Manager, but what's exciting is we've grown so much. We went from 12 people to 28 people just this year. So now I focus just on Florida, which makes more sense, right? That's where I have the most impact on what we do. So that's a little bit about me.
That's incredible. So I believe your other sister is saying hello as well too. She's on there as well too. And you know, I'm the middle of three girls, so I get what it's like to be three sisters, and we're actually the same age as you guys are.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So Jamie's the middle. Jamie's the middle sister, so she's the Caitlin.
She knows what it's like.
So, Caitlin, we'll have to meet one day and talk about all the issues you have with Kara and Kristin.
It's really just Kara.
true, because Jamie will say, "Oh, that's so older sister of you."
My older sister's not watching right now, thank goodness. Well, Kristin, it's amazing to hear everything that you're doing. And first of all, thanks for what you do, because obviously the world will be a better place based on the work that you are doing. And it's so incredible. I'd have to imagine, and this is going to be a total assumption, so if I'm wrong, let me know, but that as a woman in your role, it's got to be that it's probably unique. Is that true, or?
It is. When I started, I was one of 4 women out of 80 that were in the construction realm, right? So there's a lot of support roles that are fulfilled by women, which is awesome. But now the industry, and I would say our company, has really put a big focus on not just women, but diversity and inclusion. And so now I think we have almost, oh gosh, in the state of Florida, like 60 or 70 women out of
Wow.
400, 500. So we've grown tremendously, right? So I was a very small percentage in the beginning, and now on my current project, there's probably 10 women just in our trailer. My 7 wide trailer, it's real fancy.
Hey, it's pretty amazing. Now, what made you? How did you get connected with Turner Construction? Like, how did that relationship start there?
So it's I interned with some smaller companies, actually a smaller and a mid-size, and I actually never wanted to be part of this large firm, right? Because I didn't want to be a small fish in a big pond. But the more I learned about the company and I interviewed with them, I realized that you're your own office, right? So all decisions are made at the office level, but then I had this opportunity to make a global impact. So I was like, whew, it's like best of both worlds, right? So here I am in my little, my Orlando pond, if you will, and also impacting the larger pond with sustainability. So it's pretty awesome to be part of that. And honestly, I got connected in college through like a career fair.
That's amazing. Your mom is watching, and she wants to make sure that people know that your maiden name is Gray.
Yeah, sorry. I've got to start, getting used to Ross. It's only been 3 years since we've been married practically.
I put everything down as Kristin Gray, and then I was like, oh shoot, I had to go through and change it all because I just it slipped my mind. But something to add on to that is, Kristin, you just celebrated your 10-year anniversary with Turner, which in this day and age is really amazing to work for a company that cultivates a relationship with their employees at that level and really seems to promote growth and the ability to work on your passion projects. Do you have anything to add to that? It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I never, you just never know what it's going to be like when you started a company. And of course, there's always the ups and downs, right? But I think the perk of, honestly, the construction industry as a whole is you never have a manager for longer than a year or two. So a lot of people leave their companies because they don't like who they work for, right? But I know who I work for is going to change in a couple of years anyway, because the projects change, the roles you do change. So to me, I like it. It's a kind of constant state of change every couple of years. You get like a refresh and a new challenge, which is really fun. And I think that's what attributes to a lot of our people staying. And because of our size and our ability in Orlando, for example, like I haven't had to leave, whereas construction, a lot of times you have to follow the work. Well, we've been able to have sustained work in the area. So I'm able to, stay at my house, right? Go travel and wherever when I want to, not when I have to.
Yeah. So, I mean, in your line of work, you've got to see that technology and research evolves every year, right? We find new ways to be more sustainable. We find new ways to do things even better than we have before. How do you stay on top of that? Like, how do you know even what the latest and greatest is?
It's a challenge, right? The beauty is it is always changing, right? Which means it's getting better. But we have a group, right? The National Sustainability Committee, and we have a focus. Each group, there's groups within the group, right? So we have a focus. So mine's actually on resiliency. Living in the state of Florida, our coastline is going to be greatly impacted by increased water rise. Right? Rain is impactful depending on where you live. So to me, that's a great focus to be a part of. And so then we have focused efforts to do research, understand what's happening, policy changes. So it does take quite the village to kind of keep up with it. Otherwise, it's just too much.
Yeah. What advice would you give to others that are possibly thinking about changing their career and going down a path like yours, or possibly starting their career? What advice would you give them?
Ooh, so one thing I love about construction. So let's look at the construction piece first. I love construction because you'll talk to people out here and they have degrees in all sorts of things. We have a guy out here who's a doctorate in philosophy. I'm like, what? He's very good with words, so that's good. Good for letter writing, that kind of thing. You've got people whose backgrounds in, business, the obvious construction, civil. So the perk of the industry is while having a focused background is helpful, right, to get that first job, it's really not required for our industry. You just need to know how to problem solve, communicate with people, right? It's really building relationships is the biggest part of our industry. Mm-hmm. And then the sustainability side, there's lots of different degrees out there for sustainability, but there's also certifications. So there's one through the USGBC, and it's for a LEED GA or LEED AP, and you can understand a rating system for buildings to be more sustainable.
And
so that means
aren't you LEED certified?
Yes, I'm in a LEED AP, and I'm working on some other ones. There's another one called a WELL AP, and that's there's a lot of certifications out there in sustainability. It's kind of overwhelming as well, but the most common one is the LEED AP, and that's really just been the most well used, I guess you could say, certification for buildings and people, right? So I'm accredited as a person and our buildings get certified. And that's kind of a plaque and a badge of honor for a lot of clients to show that they're really trying to make an impact. Yeah. And then the WELL AP to me is really interesting. People who are interested in like fitness and health, it combines the concept of your health as a person within the building with the design of the building. Ooh. So an example would be when you go to a high-rise building, you can't find the stairs, right? The first thing you see is elevators. So now they're trying to change the design that the first thing you see is stairs. So you're maybe more inclined to taking the stairs instead of the elevator. So you're actually walking and, your health becomes more important. So it's an interesting change of events, right?
Really interesting. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that
too.
I'm still taking the elevator.
Taking the stairs. There you go.
Depends on how many levels.
She's the yin to my yang. How do you stay focused and motivated? Like, what are some things that, I know you said you get that everything nowadays the same, this and that, but as a woman in leadership role in a business, how do you stay focused and motivated every day?
Ooh, I think it helps that I love my job. That's like an internal passion just with what I do. What I tell people is I hate my commute to work. I've been working at this airport project for almost 4 or 5 years now, and I literally hate my ride, but I love coming to work every day. So it's not just, my joy of the job, but it's also the people you work with. And I feel like even when people are looking for a company to work for, or hiring people for their own company, that they make the biggest difference, right? Some of these people are my best friends, right? I've spent a lot of time with them, both in and out of work. And so that to me is a big motivator because they're also motivated in what they do. So it's, I don't know, passion in people, I guess, is what keeps me going.
That's great. Is the project at MCO or is it the Executive Airport in Orlando?
MCO.
You can tell I'm a little traveler myself.
I know. Oh, fun fact, do you know why it's called MCO instead of like ORL for Orlando?
Isn't there another airport that has the same call or something like that?
There is, and it's also because it used to be an Air Force base, McCoy, and that's why it's MCO.
Fun fact indeed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It doesn't make sense for Orlando.
Yeah, but you grew up here in Sarasota, correct?
I did, yeah, and what?
I already knew the answer, but I just never.
I know. I did. And what's funny is that I was in business development for a while with a company, and we did quite a few projects in Sarasota. We've done the Sarasota Herald Tribune building. We've done some healthcare in Sarasota. So while I'm in Orlando, our office does work in Sarasota, Tampa, Jacksonville. We go all over. But it's fun to see that the projects that we did, like I wish I knew when I was like a kid and it was being built, right? That was a project that we did. But it's cool.
That is so cool. I think it's amazing what you're doing and how it's just incredible. You know, when you go to school, you go to college, you're growing up, you don't ever really know all the jobs that are out there, right? Like, you know, like the basic things there, but then you get to speak to people like yourself. And honestly, you know, when we were growing up, I don't know that sustainability and things like that were even focused on, right? Because we didn't know so much about our environment. We didn't think about those roles. So the role that you're in may not even have existed 40 years ago. So it's really very cool to hear what you're doing, and I appreciate you being on today. It's been very interesting for sure.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy to be on and share the sustainability world. You know, I think it's talked about a lot in our personal lives, right? But our buildings really have a big impact. It's actually the biggest contributor to waste, right? So anything we can do to help that really does make an impact. So it's good.
What would your dream project be? Like, what would be the ultimate sustainable, like, gold standard of a building that you'd want to work on or see being built?
Okay, I already know the answer.
I knew.
So there's actually a project that's already been done. If there was something similar being done, there's this Phipps Center in Pittsburgh. And it's a Living Building Challenge certification, which is like the most stringent, most creative, right? You really have to think outside the box to kind of achieve this. And frankly, in Florida, it's challenging because a lot of the biggest contributors is your air conditioning, for example, whatever. But so places like California and the Northeast, like there's ways around it. So a building that's it's a kind of like a conservatory, and it's a educational facility. So I think that's really cool. And then they have all these sustainability aspects to it. So not only are you creating a better building, but you're also educating people on what you created. So something like that would be amazing. That'd be like my dream.
Love it. Are you listening, Turner?
Yeah, I know. Hello.
That is awesome. I love it. So now we're going to play a fun little game called Rapid Fire Questions, where we can ask you anything random, and you have to answer it. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
Okay. Last TV show you binged?
Oh, I'm still binging it. Shameless.
Okay. Kara, go ahead. Ask the question.
Who's your favorite sister?
Does Muttley? Well, it's a brother, I guess. Was a dog. Nothing.
I'm just kidding. I already know.
Kate, don't listen to her.
You're the favorite sister, Caitlin.
I got very uncomfortable all of a sudden.
All right. Sweet or savory?
Ooh, both. I like the combo.
Ooh, that's a good answer. Favorite place to eat in Orlando?
Ooh. I would say Rustique.
Okay.
Oh, that. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Same.
Two more, Kara. Go for it.
Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite theme park in Orlando?
Ooh, good question. I mean, honestly, it's hard to dispute the magic of Disney. So I would say the one at Disney that I like the most is still Magic Kingdom, maybe because all the memories, you know, and they still have good rides.
Yeah.
What is one thing on your bucket list?
And just to note, Kristin has checked off quite a bit off her. I mean, she has traveled everywhere. She's swam with the sharks in South Africa. You did that crazy dive in New Zealand. Like, she's got a very checked off bucket list already. So it's interesting to hear.
I know. I think because travel's been like, you know, banned. I haven't had it on my mind. But honestly, my next big, I guess, bucket list thing I want to do is go to Portugal. They have these amazing, I take that back. You know what? It's actually Patagonia. And going to Patagonia and then going to Antarctica afterwards, which honestly goes against my sustainability heart, but my desire for adventure is also there. So I kind of battle that.
Very cool. Do you have any question you'd like to ask Kara right now live on the internet that she
Besides who her favorite sister is?
It'll never be the middle one. We'll just always know that the middle is the favorite. Okay? Right? There we go.
I mean, she is. I do have a question. What's your favorite memory of as a kid of me?
Ooh.
And it better be a good one, a nice one.
You already blocked me.
I knew it.
So my favorite memory of Kristin is actually when we were little kids, me and my sister Caitlin would dress her up all the time. And so that she was just always so spunky and sassy and determined. She's been like that our whole lives. So I'm always very proud of her. And I have lots of fun memories.
Well, thank you.
There's nothing like a sister connection. So that's awesome. You got apparently with a mohawk as well too.
Oh yeah, it was a mohawk. You're right.
I'm like, I'm trying to like the mohawk. Yeah, there's definitely like.
And then Patrick is calling you McMurdo. So I'm sure that's an inside joke for you, maybe.
Who's Patrick?
I don't know, but Patrick, thanks for that. So Kristin, it has been honestly a pleasure getting we've never met, and it's kind of funny. So it's nice to meet you virtually. I have so many questions for you about Kara, but I don't know that they're appropriate online. So we'll have to one day get cocktails when we can. You and Caitlin, and Kara can't come, and I'll just ask.
I love it. I'm in.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you. We'll hope that you'll stay backstage, and we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you so much for being on and sharing with us a little bit about you and what you're doing at Turner Construction. They are certainly lucky to have you as a team member, and it's just awesome. And they've got 2 new fans, if not a bunch more fans that are watching as well for what they're doing for the universe and the environment and everything that you get to do. So we appreciate you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I loved it. Have a good day.
All right. We'll talk with you soon. All right, Kara, thanks for having her on. That's just awesome. I love it. I love the sister story, first of all, obviously, and the connection. So cool. We've got a lot of things to update people on, huh?
Yes. So our big push right now is until the end of the year, we have free whenshehappens.com directory listings. You can advertise your business. You can have your professional profile for a large company like Turner that you work for. And we're having a contest. Whoever puts in their listing before the 31st will have a drawing, and we will feature you, your company, for 3 months with advertising throughout the whenshehappens.com website. So there are some listings we have. I've been adding them daily. And then, of course, we push that information out to our groups and emails and, the page itself. We want to get the word out about you and your business.
Yeah. And so if you're not already following us, you can go to When She Happens on Facebook, on Instagram, our YouTube channel, and catch up on the other That's What She Said things we've had in the past. Our next virtual event is Monday, December 28th at 8 p.m. online via Zoom with 2 of our amazing members, Mary and Heidi. And we're going to be talking about Arbonne and eating better and eating healthier. But not only that, we'll have cocktails. Well, virtually. You can have them where you're at. We'll have them where we're at. We'll all toast each other and cheers and just catch up before the end of the year. It's been a wild year, 2020. Yeah. And we'd love to just connect with all of you, meet new members. So come on and meet each other. It is a Zoom link that will be posted that morning as well. So you'll see the Zoom link posted that morning. All are welcome, and it's a free event. Anything that we're forgetting, Kara?
No. Well, the last thing is, if you are in the When She Happens group, you can easily invite any woman that you think would be interested. There's an invite button. Click on there, invite all your friends, and we welcome them.
Yep. And in order to have yourself featured as a That's What She Said segment, we will post a link on the website as well as on our Facebook page that you can just schedule yourself. We do them most Fridays at 12:15 based on schedule. So 12:15 Eastern Standard Time, where we get to learn about you, your business. Doesn't matter what you do, who you are. We just want to talk with you and get to know you, let the world know how amazing you are. So I think that's it. I'm exhausted. Well, until next time, that's what she said. Everybody have a wonderful holiday. Wishing you all the best. We actually don't have an episode in the next 2 Fridays because it falls on Christmas and the New Year. So Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Happy New Year to all. And until next time, we'll see ya. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.